This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. It's very much appreciated. Hope you're all enjoying your Monday evening. It's just gone 10 p.m. here on Monday, the 21st of October. 10 days out of Halloween, and boy, have I got a treat for you today. Another stallion in focus we're going to take a look at today. A horse that was identified on Reprieve Media CIC Racing, Rep CIC Racing 2020. Great/site.net is where people can find the Reprieve Media CIC Racing site. This project sort of started because I noticed that a few of the dams that I've identified on this site have started to win races, not always in my favour as well. I had a lovely unbeaten 2-year-old in France called Blue Island, 1 run, 1 win, and it was beaten by an Al Shakab racing horse of mine, of theirs, sired by a dam on this site called Hilala. So they're not all running for me. Some of them are actually running against me at this moment, which is fantastic. I don't mind that at all, being beaten by my own horses. But yeah, Rep CIC Racing 2020.great/site.net. This Stallion in Focus session is taking a look at the Stallions. Obviously, if the dams are taking a look, then we could have some breed-defining stallions on this site that really are poised to make an impact, because this site sort of got full up around the 2020 mark, so the horses were being identified. So if a horse was to say retired in 2022, then he'll be heading to stud about now. I've seen a couple of these in this video are in their first standing season at stud, which is about perfect, really. The stallion I'm bringing to you today is one of my favourites, Bivouac. What an incredible horse this is. There's no other word for it. I've watched the horse go round with my own eyes. I identified the horse quite early, aged 3 years old, and it was an absolute pleasure to watch the horse go round. Multiple Group 1 winner, champion sprinter, I think he was in the end as well. Standing at Kelvinside Darley Stud in New South Wales for a 2024 stud fee of 55,000 Australian dollars. Could prove to be worth every penny, I think. An absolutely magnificent racehorse, and we're going to take a look at him shortly. People will see, if they look on RaceNet, the horse is sired by Exceed and Excel. And the dam of the horse was Dazzler, and the sire of the dam was More Than Ready, trained by the Godolphin Australian trainer James Cummins from Agnes Banks. Bivouac won 7 of his 22 starts in the first 3 in 15 of 22 starts, running to a best racing post rating of 125, which he gained when slamming Nature Strip by 3.5 lengths in the 2020 Group 1 Darley Sprint Classic at Flemington, a race we are going to take a look at some point in this video. Plenty of other top class races the horse has won. He raced to 122 there when Spread Eagle in the field. We're going to take a look at that race as well in the 2020 Newmarket Handicap at Flemington. And it was also a Group 1 winner at 3 in one of them 3-year-old only sprints the Australians love to make their stallions out of. He won the Golden Rose over 7 furlongs a fortnight after winning the Run to the Rose, trying the Broadside. No, Broadside didn't do that. So Traffic Warden won the Run to the Rose, and Broadside won the Golden Rose itself. But back in 2019, Godolphin only needed 1 horse to take out those races. He also won the Group 3 Widden Stakes in the 2019 Kindergarten Stakes. I think that race is called, actually. The Group 3 in 2019 as well. Absolutely magnificent horse in the first 3 in 15 of his 22 starts, winning just over 3,037,373. It's saying that they are pounds on this site, so we will go with that. People will see, if they look at Bivouac, that the horse is dam line number 14. And you'll see there, he won the Darley Sprint Classic, Group 1, the Flemington Newmarket Handicap, Group 1, Golden Rose, Run to the Rose, Kindergarten Stakes. He also won the Vane Stakes of 2019 as well, Group 3. And he also won the 2019 Lonhro Plate, second in the Everest of 2020, and third in the 2020 William Reid Stakes as well. Fantastic, multiple Group 1 winning horse. Dam line 14. What I'm going to do is the usual fashion. I'm going to go back to the 5th dam, which was foaled a year after me in 1975. We're going to take a look at the horse on the historical pedigree, and then we're going to watch the horse win some races, and then we will all be able to get on with our lives. First horse we're going to take a look at is my old mate Coruscate, who of course was a full brother to Bivouac, a gelding, foaled in 2014. He managed to win 8 of his 24 starts, and in the first 3 in 17 of 24 starts, winning 577,550 Australian dollars. Horse that sadly died. I didn't know that. So he died aged 7. According to this, he only managed to win 2 listed races, the Testarossa Stakes and the Village Stakes, but he was second in the Group 2 Skyline Stakes and third in the Group 3 Pago Stakes. So Group 2 and Group 3 placed dual listed winner Coruscate was a full brother to Bivouac, sadly died aged 7. Both those horses are out of the dam. Dazzler, who was foaled in 2009, sired by More Than Ready, out of a dam called Camarilla. People see there that Dazzler managed to win 2 out of her 11 starts, finishing in the first 3 in 4 of her 11 starts, winning 72,460 Australian dollars for her trouble. She managed to win twice and produce some good horses, but she never managed to win at black type level herself. Unfortunately, what she is though is she is a very, very well-bred mare. And I'm going to try and show you that now. Guelph is a horse we've got to look at. I missed this one going round. It finished going round by the time I've watched Australian racing. Looks a very good horse, foaled in 2010. Sired by Exceed and Excel, also out of Camarilla. Guelph managed to win 7 out of 14 starts in the first 3 in 10 of 14 starts, winning 1,608,325 Australian dollars. Guelph at 2, Group 1 winner of the Size Produce Stakes, Group 1 winner of the Champagne Stakes, as well as winning the Group 3 Blue Diamond Prelude. She was out nice and early as well. Second in the Jim Crack, the race Manole won last year. And at 3, Group 1 winner of a race we just had in Australia, the Flight Stakes, over 7 furlongs for 3-year-old. Also won the 1,000 Guineas as well, and also won the Group 2 T-Rose Stakes, as well as being placed in another couple of Group 2 races, the Furious Stakes and the Far Lap Stakes. What a magnificent filly. I'd have enjoyed watching her go round, I can imagine. And she's also the dam of a stallion at stud, Encryption. I don't remember this one going round either. Encryption was foaled in 2015, sired by Lonhro. Out of Guelph, meaning Camarilla is the second dam of this one. Encryption only won 2 of his 19 starts, but was in the first 3 in 8 of 19 starts, managing to win 743,500 Australian dollars. Must have been quite unlucky a few times. Managed to win the Group 2 Danehill Stakes and the Group 3 Black Opal Stakes of 2018. So Group 1 winner at 2 and 3, and was second in one Group 1 race, the Oakley Plate of 2019 at Caulfield, and 4th in the Galaxy of 2019. That must have been late 2019 because I picked him up in the winter of that year, after August. I don't really remember this one going round, if I'm honest. But it was early days, and there was a lot of horses that I was totally unfamiliar with going round at that stage. The horse, as I said, obviously is at stud, standing for a fee of $11,000 at Eureka Stud in Cambodia, Queensland. So if you fancy a go, he's actually about a fifth of the price of Bivouac, 55,000 Australian dollars. This one, Encryption, is $11,000 and in a different state. Probably the form not as good as well, but he's out of a better dam than Bivouac is, isn't he? Very interesting horse, Encryption. Hasn't been at stud long. He's had 2 crops registered on the Aryan site, 165 foals, of which 92 have ran and 41 have won. He has side 2 stakes winners, and between them have side 2 and 2 graded winners as well. So just the 4 black type horses. Siren at 2 and 3, although it is early days of the 4-year-old season, it's fair to say, in Australia. And it seems to be the colts that were doing the business, I noticed earlier. The colts have won all the pattern races. No filly, side by Encryption, has won a pattern race. If Bivouac can do that, then we are in for some serious horses, I think. You'll see there that the horse based solely in Australia. And he's had one runner win in Singapore. But yeah, and his best progeny today, if people might remember, Cifrado. Cifrado won the Group 2 size produce stakes. He also won the Group 2 Spirit of Boom as well. Foaled in 2020. But both his best horses are unfortunately geldings at the moment. And Coda was also a Group 3 winner as well. Just the 3 black type horses at the moment. Very early days though. And I'd say, looking at this pedigree I'm about to show you, I think that is a stallion who is well worth a go on, to be honest. I don't do many out in Queensland, but I might see if I see some of his go round. I might have a look at the dam of them. That's why I'm always learning from these videos as well. You're not the only people learning when these videos are being made. Let's just leave it at that. The next one we've got to take a look at is Emanate. Emanate is also out of Guelph, a filly, foaled in 2016, another one sired by Lonhro. She managed to win 6 of her 19 starts. In the first 3 in 12 of 19 starts, winning 318,915 Australian dollars. You'll see there, Emanate managed to win the Group 3 Birthday Card Stakes of 2022 and was also third in the Winona Girl Quality, Group 3 winning filly there as well, who is out of Guelph. We've also got to look at Ghibellines. I didn't know he was on this line. I've seen him some of his go round back in the day as well. Ghibellines, sired by Shamadal, who is out of Camarilla. People will look, Camarilla is the dam of Dazzle. We're getting into some decent horses now. There's Guelph, look, also out of Camarilla. Ghibellines only managed to win 1 out of his 6 starts, but he was in the first 3 in half of his starts. 3 of 6 starts, managing to win 203,000 Australian dollars. Very lightly raced sire by Shamadal, who is operating in New Zealand. Ghibellines, a Group 2 winner of the Todman at 2 years old, and was also placed in the Group 2 Daniel Stakes, a race that we saw that the other horse won on the line that we saw. So Danehill Stakes looks a key race. Todman, Group 2 winner, very good horse. Definitely good enough to get him a job at stud, which it did, in New Zealand, where he stands for $7,000, standing at White Robe Lodge in Tairi. I'm sure I've butchered that. That could be North Tairi, actually. I don't really know where that is. But $7,000 gets you a go on Ghibellines. And again, I just wouldn't put anybody off having a go on this stallion without any shadow of a doubt. Ghibellines has been about a bit longer. 6 crops registered on the Aryan Pedigree site. 252 foals. 188 have ran. 94 have won 281 races between them. 6 stakes winners have won 11 stakes winners between them. And 4 graded winners have won 5 graded races between them. So there is regular stakes horses coming out of Ghibellines for small crops. His biggest crop was his first. It's fairly split between the colts and the fillies, although again the colts leading the way with 3 graded winners and 7 stakes winners. But this one seems to be a bit of a waste of time at 2, doesn't it? All the graded stakes winners have come at 3, and in particular the graded winners have come at 4. So it's looking like Ghibellines, then he needs a bit of time, it's fair to say. Most of his horses have gone round in New Zealand and Australia. 31 going round in Australia, 163 going round in New Zealand. And you have to say that the Aussie ones, if you see one in Australia, have a look at it. You know, safe to say it's been imported from New Zealand. And it's a fair horse. He's also had 2 run in Hong Kong, 1 in Macau, 1 in Singapore. Has won 17 times and not 1. And 2 have ran in Malaysia. But yeah, so it's Bivouac. Could be taking mares out of the mouths of these 2 stallions somewhere along the line. But he is such a superior racehorse to Encryption and Ghibellines that I do think that it's fair enough. The second dam of the horse now, Camarilla, foaled in 2004. Sired by Elusive Quality out of a dam called Camarena. People see that Camarilla only managed to win 2 out of her 13 starts, but she was in the first 3 in just under half of her starts. 6 of 13 starts. And again, good solid earnings, 494,975. And we're only at the second of the 5 dams we're going to look at. Camarilla managed to win the Group 1, the Sire's Produce Stakes at 2, a fantastic effort. Group 1 winning, 2-year-old mare as the second dam of Bivouac. Things that people love to see without any shadow of a doubt. Another horse we're going to take a look at now is Induna. A gelding foaled in 2008, sired by Elusive Quality out of Camarina. So this one is a full sister, full brother to the second dam of Bivouac. Induna managed to win 2 of 9 starts. But again, in the first 3, in 5 of 9 starts. Good solid earnings, 360,080 Australian dollars. He won the listed Geelong Classic and was second in the Group 1 Victoria Derby of 2011. And unfortunately, didn't send this horse to stud though, despite winning a listed race and being placed in a Group 1. He was unlucky really with the pedigree he's got, because we're just touching the surface here. It's fair to say, because although that is the only relative taking us from the second dam to the third dam is world class. Camarina foaled in 1995, New Zealand bred, sired by legendary stallion Dane Hill out of a dam called Canny Miss. Camarina won 9 of her 36 starts, but she was in the first 3 in 22 of 36 starts, managing to win 938,610 Australian dollars. This is a good line that Bivouac is on here. I mean, I stopped after the second dam at Bivouac. I didn't look any further than this. So when I found out that Bivouac was this well related, when I gave him a proper look, then yeah, it's safe to say that this horse here, Bivouac, is definitely one I would have moved forward with. I'd have noticed Guelph and I'd have gone, yeah, this is a nice horse. Guelph's bred 2 stallions. And then it's just a matter of looking, applying the historical looks that we do now to reveal just how well bred this horse is. And we're going to try and do that now, really. Camarina. We'll see what races she won. Camarina, 9 wins. She won the Group 1 Queensland Derby of 1998. She won the Group 2 Queensland Guineas. She won the listed Reginald Allen Handicap as well. She was also second in the Flight Stakes, Group 1, Eat Well, the Eat Well, Live Well Cup. I'm sure these have got swanky sponsors' names now, Group 1. She was also second in the Group 1 McKinnon, second in the Hollydale, I think that race is at Doomben. The Stock Stakes, Group 3, third in the Reckless Handicap, third in the AJC Australian Oaks, Group 1 as well, third in the Australia Stakes, I think that race is at Morphettville. What a mare, Group 1, Group 2 winner and listed winner, but multiple pattern raced efforts. And Camarina is the third dam of Bivouac. Another horse now we have to start looking at is Sepoy. Can he last? You'll see there. Can he last? Can he miss? If you look at Camarina, can he miss is the fourth dam of this horse, which means she is also the fourth dam of Bivouac and the second dam of Sepoy. Sepoy to me will always be one of my favourite Australian stallions because this is one that they actually did try and export to other places in the world. Sepoy was a brilliant horse. I never knew this at the time. Winner of 10 of his 14 starts. In the first two, in 11 of 14 starts, managing to win $3,880,000 Australian dollars. Another one sired by Elusive Quality. What a good stallion he has been on this line out in Australia, out of a dam called Watchful, who herself was foaled in 2001. People take a look at Sepoy, they will see that he won the Golden Slipper at 2. He also won the listed Maribyrnong Trial, so Group 1 winner at 2. And he won the Blue Diamond Preview as well. He also won the Group 1 Blue Diamond as well, and the Group 3 Diamond Prelude as well. At 3, the horse managed to win the Manicato against the older horses, the Coolmore Stud Stakes, against the 3-year-olds, the Caulfield Sprint Handicap. This was a Group 2 race. And he also had another one on the line to take out the Danehill Stakes and the Vane Stakes. Bivouac won the Vane, and the Danehill Stakes is a common race. On this dam line, the champion, 2 and 3-year-old in Australia of 2010 and 2011. Entered stud in 2012 at Darley, but was shuttled around to England between 2013 and 2017. I don't know whether the stallion has actually died or is in a retirement. I can only find a page on Arian dated from 2019 when he had finished standing, as he is now available then days for $11,000 5 days ago at Darley Stud at Northwood Park. Not sure whether this stallion is at stud anymore or sadly no longer with us. But what a career the horse had. Sired plenty of horses. 962 foals, 758 runners, 442 winners, won 1,320 races, 22 stakes winners, between them won 40 great stakes races, and 11 graded winners, between them won 22 graded races. Like I said, versatile at all ages, 2, 3 and 4 plus. If they were good, they were good. Colts and the fillies again, quite a reasonable split. If they were good, they were good. Race distance is the same, really. They went up to 1 mile 2 furlongs, really. If they were good, they were good. And you can pretty much not rely on them because horses are not machines, but a very good stallion. It's fair to say, Sepoy. Worldwide career there. Sired 356 horses in 2019. But the most graded winners came in 2018 when he sired 5 graded winners that year. You see there that most of the horses quite evenly matched. That 233 ran in Great Britain, 376 ran in Australia, 45 in France, 42 in Ireland, only the 16 in New Zealand with no graded winners. The record in Germany was absolutely superb. 10 out of 15. But yeah, Australia, Great Britain, and the odd one sneaking in the UK to win 4 graded races out there. If they were good, they were good. But there just wasn't enough of them, really. But the stallion, I definitely remember going round. Elise, of course, champion older female. I caught the end of her going round just as I started watching Australian racing. Very good mare she was. You know, Salute the Soldier there was going round in Maidan in Germany. That's the one there then. Unforgettable filly, German 1,000 guineas winner. I think that was trained by Hugo Palmer, wasn't it? Of 2000, when was that born? Unforgettable filly. 2017. She was also second in the Nell Gwyn. Native Soldier there, Caulfield Guineas Prelude winner of Group 3, McNeil winner of Group 3. Indian Blessing, another Group 3 winner in Germany. So there has been some good horses that people might remember going round. Mighty Gurkha, winner of the Group 3 Serenia Stakes, another one in the UK. Dabia, of course. I remember that one going round. Yeah, won the Fred Darling. Of course it did. Group 3. You know, some nice horses going round. There was. But sadly, not enough of them. Very good horse, though he was. Sepoy. Muller's M is another one we need to touch on. Foaled in 2009. This one sired by Dubai Destination. Also out of Watchful. So this is a half brother to Sepoy. Out of the first, out the first two in 2 of his 7 starts. Look, 5 of 7 in the first 2, winning 187,928 Australian dollars. Muller's M1, the Group 2 Autumn Stakes at Caulfield of 2013. This one is one I could not find a record of him selling, although I didn't look at BreedNet in any stats like that, because he was quite a minor part in the pedigree, because we've not finished yet, have we? Don't forget. Muller's M was a nice horse, sired some horses in Australia, and managed to win a Group 2. The next dam we've got to look at, the 4th dam of Bivouac. We've already touched on it briefly. Can he miss? Foaled in 1991, sired by Masqué, out of a dam called Jesmond Lass. This mare, foaled in 1991, was unraced. Black type producer, sent to the USA in December 2021. What she is a very well-bred mare as well. Canny Lad. Canny Lad was an Australian horse foaled in 1987, sired by Bletchingley, out of a dam called Jesmond Lass, the 5th dam of this horse. Canny Lass won 8 out of 15 starts in the first 3 in 11 of 15 starts, managing to win 2,094,450 Australian dollars. Canny Lad, what a horse. Champion 2-year-old in Australia, winner of 6 of his 7 starts. Entered stud in 2011, sadly pensioned off in 2011. Euthanised in 2014, buried at Darley. Winner of the Group 2 Murray Benong Plate. He also won the Florentino Stakes, Group 3, the Murray Benong Trial listed race, Group 1 Golden Slipper winner, Group 1 Size Produce Stakes winner, winner of the Stakes as well, Group 2, winner of the Group 3 Blue Diamond Prelude as well, and the VATC Tattersall Stakes, Group 3. What a magnificent horse. It's fair to say it was. At 2, Canny Lad. Unfortunately, a bit died a while back, so he's not really on the area in sight that I can find. But if people look at Brazen Bow, they will see that Canny Lad there foaled 1,436 foals, 1,168 of them raced, 794 of them won. And Canny Lad actually sired more stakes winners than Sepoy. 55 stakes winners sired by Canny Lad. So obviously a very good stallion. Another thing I found is this article here on stallions.com.au, a site I don't really use as much. I prefer Arian, but this is a good site. You know, I recommend that people do check it out. Stallions.com.au, the impact of champion Canny Lad. You know, both produced from daughters of the champion Canny Lad. But we're more interested in the dam line, aren't we? So we need Canny Lad was truly an outstanding racehorse. We've sort of had a look at that. Brilliance at 2 years. 15 starts for 8 wins. He won the Group 2 and Group 3 at 3. Them last 2. So 11 Group 1 winners and 55 stakes winners. Quadrennial earnings exceeding 50 million. Died age 26 in mid-2014 after covering his final book of 33. Why wouldn't you? Mares in 2011. Canny Lad, very interesting horse, you see. The main bit that I was interested in is when we got to the bit of some of the mares down the bottom. We got to this bit here. Canny Lad, Redoubt's Choice. I suspect Canny Lad gets much of his genetic dominance from the influential mare Jesmond Lass. And Jesmond Lass, as we know, is the 5th dam of Bivouac. So could we be set for some generational dominance in these 2-year-old and 3-year-old races? It's been hinted at. This horse could be generationally dominant. So let's see what this stallion can do. Very interesting stallion. There we mentioned a bit about Sepoy there. Champion 2-year-old and 3-year-old colt Sepoy. Traces to Jesmond Lass's third dam, 5th of Bivouac, and perhaps some of his best stakes winners might be produced from mares, reinforcing Star Kingdom. You know, Sepoy is, of course, bred to Northern Dancer. This is all stallion stuff. Well, I'm damn line. I Am Invincible owns a pedigree. Then goes on about I Am Invincible is a good Australian stallion as well. But could his days be up? He's got a legitimate contender here in Bivouac, I think, for a generational stallion. I think all the evidence seems to be there, doesn't it? That there's been others that have done well on the line. As well as them, we've got to look at Canny Lass, is also out of Jesmond Lass. Canny Lass foaled in 1982, another one, sired by Bletchingley. She managed to win 9 starts and was placed in another 10. So 19 starts, no idea how many times she ran. She managed to win 552,725 Australian dollars, though, in the mid-80s, which is a fair effort. She managed to win the Group 1 William Reid Stakes. She won the Marlborough Cup Group 1, the Elders Mile Group 1. She also won the Verve Clico Classic Group 2 and the SAGC Queen of the South Stakes Group 3, second in the South Australasian Oaks, third in the Lightning, the AJC Oaks, the South Australian Oaks. What a horse. Manikato's only Group 2 when she was going round. And the 4th VRC Sterling Newmarket Handicap Group 1. What a filly Canny Lass was. And she did breed something quite decent. She bred Causeway Lass in 2003, sired by Giants Causeway. Causeway Lass only won 3 out of 13 starts, but she was in the first 3 in 6 of 13 starts, winning 127,840 Australian dollars. Causeway Lass won the listed De Ketville Stakes at Morphettville and was second in the Group 2 Amanasco Stakes at Caulfield in 2007. So, yeah, Canny Lass as well as Canny Lad, both out of Canny Miss. This is a very interesting horse, Bivouac, it's fair to say. And then last but not least, the last dam, the 5th dam, foaled in 1975. Jesmond Lass, no record of her starts, places and shows, but it is telling us that the horse, Jesmond Lass, won 7 times, sired by Lunchtime, out of a dam called Beautiful Dreamer, who herself was foaled in 1967. Jesmond Lass won the Zonda Handicap and the Nonga Handicap. I have no idea if they were pattern races at the time. Exported to New Zealand and died in 2003. Generationally dominant mare, though, according to some articles that are freely available. Like we said, Stallion 14, quite an easy one to find. Triangle in 1922, the 5th dam of Jesmond Lass, is actually on the historical site herself. Look, there she is, foaled in 1922. It was just a matter of following them down. There's Canny Lad, foaled in 1987, and there's Sepoy, foaled in 2008. the line itself goes back all the way to 1856 without any branch offs by this woman here, this genius of a woman here. Who knows what I've missed at in the year 2000? You know, it'd be hard to say. I've had a good look, and on this dam line, I found all I could find. I've run the 5th dam through some generation things, but with Canny Lad in there, it was very hard to see an Australian stallion without Canny Lad in the pedigree over on both sides. So I'd have been checking about 100 stallions, and then I've all probably returned Canny Lad. So I just thought I'd save a bit of time, not cut corners, because I thought we had a good case anyway with the horse. But there we are. There's the line we're on, dating all the way back to Melbourne in 1856. And it's very quite closely related to the very top. If people look at the Oldfield mare, is the best. There's the foundation mare. And she was born in 1695. And then we're off, really, the old lady mare, 1710. Burlesque, 1843. And then we're at our little section. A lot of them branches off quite a bit. There's the General 14 with Pretty Polly. People might remember that one going round. The foundation mare on 14C. Some very good horses on Family 14 and its offshoots. We're going to take a look at Bivouac now with 14 races. We'll take a look at 4 races, sorry. I think they're are they all Group 1s? I think they might be. We might be taking a look at him win the Run to the Rose as well, actually. Doing the Run to the Rose, Golden Rose double, and then we're going to watch him win the Newmarket Handicap. And then the Coolmore Sprint Stakes. I think that is what I've got lined up. So let's take a look at the first race now, shall we? What a horse.
We're all set. First leg of the quaddie, the Run to the Rose, gets underway here at Rose Hill in the rough, and Bivouac jumped away brilliantly. Hightail was smartly into stride, and Dawn Passage as well as Hightail goes up to push for the lead. Yes, yes, yes goes to fourth, and Prince Fawaz Exceedance. Mose Crown drifts back. It's going to sell near last with Kubrick, so Hightail at odds makes the running here from Bivouac, and Dawn Passage got down to the fence to be third on the inside of Yes, yes, yes. 2.5 further back to Prince Fawaz on the inside of the hot favourite Exceedance. Length and a half to Kubrick, and Mose Crown sees them all, so Hightail heads them up down the side by 1/2 to 3/4 on Bivouac. Dawn Passage in a stalking roll, third on the insider. Yes, yes, yes. Length and a half further back to Exceedance, travelling strongly. Prince Fawaz being pushed along from Kubrick, and Mose Crown's last of all. Hightail swings the corner in front from Bivouac second, then Yes, yes, yes. Dawn Passage looking for an inside runner, and a length further back to Exceedance being popped the question. Bivouac takes the lead of the 200, 2 lengths clear from Yes, yes, yes. Exceedance is only grinding. He's one pace. It's Bivouac in front from Exceedance. Bivouac's going to turn the tables and do it big time. Bivouac goes clear for a big win. Yes, yes, yes held second from Exceedance. Then Kubrick. Dawn Passage weakened out. Prince Fawaz one paced. Then came Mose Crown, and Hightail had a shot for the lead, and that really backfired.
Very good performance there, I thought, from Bivouac on the day, to defeat his old mate Exceedance. Those two horses clashed on a good few occasions. And I'll let you into a little secret. Exceedance is the next stallion in focus we're doing. So we'll be able to have a look at a lot more of these races from 2019. These are some of the first races I actually watched in Australia. Very good races they were. And it was this time when I was identifying horses like Bivouac and Exceedance so early on in pre-media CIC, I thought I could do this. I can pick horses to win globally, and it's being proved more and more every day. The next race we're going to take a look at is the Golden Rose itself, which was run a fortnight later in 2019. So let's take a look at that.
And the red light is on. The Golden Rose field is ready. Gates are back and they're off, and Bivouac flew out. Bivouac leads early, but Yaudash shows good muster. And Yes, yes, yes is right under the heels there of Yaudash. Has to do a bit of work to push on. Kubrick jumped well, settles in fourth position on the rails. Castel Vecchio's pretty close. Has 3 runners behind him early. Prince Fawaz, then came Exceedance. And Berry's gone down to the fence. And Dawn Passage taken back to last. So Yaudash leads the way at the 1,000 metres. And Bivouac camps in second position. Kubrick on the improve going to third. And Yes, yes, yes. 1 out, 1 back. 2 further back to Exceedance, improving on the inside of Castel Vecchio, and Prince Fawaz the outside. Dawn Passage last of all, but only 5 lengths off the lead. Yaudash held together down the side by 3/4 to Bivouac. Kubrick in a great position third. Then came Yes, yes, yes. Prince Fawaz doing work in the run around Castel Vecchio, boxed up between runners. Exceedance the fence, and Dawn Passage is last of all. 500 metres to run, and Yaudash is asked to sprint quicker. Bivouac still on the bridle in second. Yes, yes, yes pulling out. A length clear from Kubrick, and Exceedance is coming off heels. It's Bivouac being joined by Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes on the outside of Bivouac. 2 further back to Exceedance. It's Yes, yes, yes. Laying it down to Bivouac. Great finish. Yes, yes, yes. Bivouac comes back. Bivouac fights on, and Bivouac wins the Golden Rose. Another one for Godolphin. He just edged out Yes, yes, yes. Then came Exceedance from Yaudash. Further back to Kubrick, Castel Vecchio, Dawn Passage, and Prince Fawaz was last.
You saw there a different side to the horse, a side I think that is underrated. You'll see what I mean when we look at some of these other races, which is the battling qualities of the horse. You know, the horse was such a flashy performer that it was underestimated that when a horse did come to him, he found Bivouac. This was a world-class racehorse. I've no doubt in my mind. And looking at the pedigree of the horse, I mean, this horse could be anything as a stallion, couldn't it? Absolutely anything. His first 2-year-olds, we've got to mention, are going round this year. His oldest progeny will be 2-year-old in 2024-25. They're having a couple of trials, but there's none of you, as of yet, have been entered in any races. There's only been a couple of pattern races in Australia for 2-year-olds. That's when you get them out. You get them out. In there, they have early stakes races out there. So no bivouacs as of yet have hit the track. I should have mentioned that a bit earlier, maybe. But yeah, I think his battling qualities were there for all to see that day when he won the Golden Rose. And now we're going to look, and now in the words of Monty Python, and now for something completely different. Newmarket Handicap.
Set for the Newmarket. Ready to go. Stills are back and they're racing. Dispatch away only fairly. Bivouac out fast with also Banquo over towards the far side, showing some speed. Out deeper on the track now is Tefane, and Dispatch is booting through. They didn't go lickety-split the first 200 metres. So the leader Banquo from Guitra underneath of it. Loving Gabby. Bivouac behind those from Dispatch Trope. Then Tefane, Zutori, Libertini out deeper. Exceedance second last. The Inevitable is last. So the front runner is Banquo at the 800 metres. By a length as they're sliding out even wider on the track now. From Bivouac second, Guitra box seating third. Dispatch out deeper, followed by Loving Gabby. Then came Zutori, Trope Tefane, Libertini is the widest, tracked by the Inevitable, and Exceedance darting back between horses. The leader is Banquo in the Newmarket at the 400 metres. Tried to kick away about a length and a half. Loving Gabby out, followed by Guitra, Bivouac, and then came Zutori running on. It's Banquo at the 200 metres in front of Loving Gabby, and Bivouac on the outside, chiming in strongly, then Guitra. Bivouac takes the lead from Loving Gabby at the 100. Bivouac coming away for Bossy. Bivouac's won the Newmarket easily. Loving Gabby second, Photo third, Guitra or Zutori, followed by Banquo, Tefane, Exceedance, the Inevitable, Gap, Dispatch, Trope and Libertini.
I mean, I've backed off sprints now. I don't really follow any, but there's some beautifully bred horses going around in these races that I did follow. In the halcyon days of Australian racing on Reprieve Media CIC Racing, when I was enjoying it, you know, and I was really finding some nice horses. There must have been 7 or 8 in that race that I'd identified. But what a performance. I mean, you saw the battling qualities. Another thing I'm going to mention now with the horse Bivouac is what you're also seeing now is not only can he win running round a bend, these are on straight tracks. You know, they'll run round a bend over anything in Australia. They probably have a 100. If they had a 100-metre race in Australia, they'd probably put a bend round it and expect the horses to run on that, run round it, and then come into a 10-metre straight. But you saw there that the horse is as adept on a straight track as he was on a round track, which to me is just not always the case. This is a world-class horse. I know I keep repeating it, but the evidence is there for all to see. The pedigree is there for all to see. And to think that this was one of the first ever horses I identified in Australia just goes to show just how good people are at this. Yeah, absolutely. What a selection, and an absolutely world-class horse. And that win there in the Newmarket Handicap has to go up there with one of the best performances I've seen in 5 years. That was the one meant to be one of the most competitive races in Australia. With 200 metres to go, this horse was still on the bridle. Yeah, I thought when I watched it live, the horse was going to win on the bridle. I really did think that. But no, he pushed him out and he careered away. But Glenn Boss, world-class jockey, could he have nursed the horse home on the bridle? But he wasn't taking any chances. The next race we're going to take a look at is the last race. We're going to take a look at the Spring Sprint Stakes. I think this horse race is something up. I couldn't find it in the usual place. I find my racing, skyracing.com.au. So I had to use a YouTube channel for this one. The Darley Sprint Classic of 2020. Bellside 100 YouTube channel. Thank you very much for the loan of your video for around a minute. You're honoured to be selected. There was other videos I could have chosen, but I chose yours. So consider yourself very grateful. And this is Bivouac winning the Sprint Classic.
They stand racing in the Sprint Classic. Stand out away only fairly. Nature Strip out pretty well. Beaten out by Bivouac and Fabergino, and Haydock got to fourth. Santa Ana Lane sits in fifth, only about 3 or 4 off the lead from Zutori Libertini. Behind those Stand Out and Graffers last as they blast up the middle of the track. So it's Nature Strip rolling in front today by 3 lengths to Haydock. Fabergino towards the outer. Then came Tofane, and further back in the field was Zutori. Bivouac has the back of the grey mare Fabergino. Then Libertini, Graff, Santa Ana Lane, and last of all is Stand Out, heading towards the course proper with 550 metres to go. It's Nature Strip held together by 2 lengths. Haydock, Fabergino, Zutori, Tofane. Then came Bivouac about to unleash from Graff, Libertini, Stand Out and Santa Ana Lane. Nature Strip, 300 metres to go, being nursed by McDonald. Still out clear by about 2.5 lengths, but Bivouac is chasing hard now with about 150 metres to go. It's Nature Strip and Bivouac who explodes. Bivouac with a powerful display. Oh, what a spectacular win. Dominant 4 lengths, Nature Strip, Libertini. They were followed next in the field by Zutori, Haydock and Graff from Tofane, Stand Out, Santa Ana Lane and Fabergino. What a remarkable victory. A remarkable.
That was another one. I remember watching that live at the time. And the commentator was there saying, what a remarkable victory, etc., etc. And I was thinking, it wasn't really. You just saw the horse do it to a lesser extent in the Newmarket Handicap. And he's just though I suppose the reason he said that was a remarkable victory was because of the quality of the horse he was destroying in second place there, Nature Strip. But this horse, you saw it there, dominant. He used the word dominant. We've had the word dominant used in the article as well that I found on stallions.com.au. The Stallion just needs to let his progeny do the talking, I think, doesn't he? And let genetics do their bit. How can this Stallion fail? It will be very interesting to see how his first crop of 2-year-olds go this year. If people look at the horse of Bivouac, he did win a Grade 3, the Kindergarten Stakes at 2, a Grade 3. But all his form was at 3 and 4. So are his progeny going to do something that even he couldn't do and take out a Group 1 race at 2? Very interesting Stallion, I think, Bivouac. What a magnificent horse. And after making this video, I think I will need to go and sit in a dark room. Right, I'm going to leave this video here. What I'll do is I'll add a copy of the Stallions in Focus playlist at the end of the video to allow yourselves a chance to learn about all the other Stallions that have been in this series so far. The series is just really hotting up. This is a world-class horse. And also I will leave an opportunity for people who have chosen to subscribe to the channel, not to subscribe to the channel. After watching this video, I'll give you an opportunity to subscribe. It's entirely your benefit. Subscribing to the channel in no way helps me, no way whatsoever. It helps yourselves not miss videos that I make. And if my videos are important enough to you, then you will subscribe. And if you won't, then that's fine. Just come back. Chances are when you Google the name of a horse you like, there'll be another video by me and you'll think, oh no, not that bloody Newman again. How come he picks all the good horses? These things are what they are, boys and girls. Right, I'm going to end this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody for watching it. Quiet week this week. We've had a UK Champions Week, not much 2-year-old action. We've had good results in Germany and Italy, though. We're really starting to nail down mainland Europe this year. And it might only take one Stallion to do it. More of that may be on Classic Watch 25 or on various other outlets. But for now, that was an interesting 30-second waffle. Even by my standards, take care, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Look after yourselves, and goodbye.